breaking it down in layman's terms. Today, I've got a special guest, and today we're going to really hone in on reputation marketing. Again, I've got a stellar guest. He knows a lot about digital marketing, print marketing, sales, social media, and the whole bit. But he really hones in on reputation, the voice of the customer. Hey, we're in challenging times, and getting your customers to do reviews to convert to new business opportunities. I got the man. I've got Chris Snellgrove, founder of Reputation Sensei. Chris, what it do?
How you doing, Doug? Pleasure to be here.
I'm glad you're here. We had an opportunity to speak with Bill over at your company about a month and a half ago, and he said you're next in line. Love what you guys are doing over at Reputation Sensei, and you've got, as I said, such an extensive background in sales and marketing. If you could just walk me through Reputation Sensei from the start of reputation marketing, because you guys really own that space. That's your bread and butter, and I just love that story, how you made the pivot to really look at those reviews.
Yeah, so we believe that every online strategy should begin with reputation. Our company name is Digital Media Nation, but we brand ourselves as Reputation Sensei. Because every company, Doug, on the planet says they're the best, come do business with us. But what consumers tend to believe today is what your current clients are saying. So we use the voice of your current customers in your marketing. We put them to work, really talking about the experiences that they have with your company. This builds trust in the local area and really gives our clients a competitive edge in the local area that they serve.
Well, having that competitive advantage, having that trust, and you really position your clients. But with your agency, from what I've researched and speaking of Bill earlier, and we'll have links to that interview, you really focus in on really coaching up those clients with the reviews. So an ideal client has got to be somebody that gets customer experience. I mean, you're not going to take on clients that you got to coach them up, but can you walk me through what an ideal client is, what you would work with?
Well, we certainly appreciate clients who put the highest priority on customer experience. We really aren't in the business of really doing business with people who don't value the customer experience. We've actually turned down business before simply because if you don't take care of the customer, we don't really want to do business with you. Our program is designed to help people improve their customer experience by providing a continuous feedback loop on every customer encounter. And our clients appreciate the coaching that we offer to help them get better at executing the best possible customer experience for their clients. And then, the second part of the equation is not only do we provide that feedback in the form of reviews, but then we convert those reviews into marketing assets and use them to build trust in the local area by broadcasting and syndicating them out on social media channels, the website, search results. And this results in really more people choosing our clients over their competitors.
Oh, I love what you said there. And I'm gonna read down a list of the reputation cycle marketing, but you talked about turning those marketing assets, because if you have the reviews and nobody sees them, there's really no point in having a review. You got to be able to market. And I think I know what your team does over there is you coach them up, but you help position a social media strategy for those marketing assets. And speaking of that, I just want to bear with me, just read this, because this is important for me to kind of follow through on what you guys do, because it really separates what Reputation Sensei does between any other digital agency that does really reputation management. You get that customer experience. The customer receives a review request. Customer publishes a review. Reviews are collected and managed. I think that's where a lot of companies stop short. But what your agency does is you transform those into marketing assets, which you said earlier. The marketing asset is just distributed online socially, and then the marketing assets build trust in the local market. Rinse and repeat. I mean, it's just that simple, but there's a lot of work in that. And I love what you talk about with what you guys do. You take it from that next level.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of companies out there providing reputation management services, and that's helping companies generate reviews, even managing the reviews. Some companies, some agencies even respond to the reviews for their clients, not many. But we take it one step further. We call it next level, and that's where we actually do something with the reviews. We feel if you're going to take really go through the effort and time it takes to generate feedback and reviews, then you should utilize those reviews to help attract more people to your business. And that's the whole key behind reputation marketing is using the reviews, using the voice of the happy customers to attract more people to your business.
No, I love that. And you obviously got a blueprint and a foundation. I've downloaded the playbook. I recommend people going to the website. We'll have a link up to there for that playbook. That's money right there. Just the standard process.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that is unique about our concept is we're completely open source. We give away our strategy.
Mm-hmm.
As a consumer, you can actually execute our strategy on your own. Whether now certainly you're going to need a few things. You're going to need some technology because you got to have software, but you can get that anywhere. You need a person dedicated to it with some level of expertise, and they're going to have time. So if you got all those things, you can actually execute our strategy by reading the playbook. We give away the reputation marketing playbook on our website, reputation.com, and you can put it into play yourself. The reality is a lot of clients, after they look at those things, they find it far more cost effective to hire us.
No, and I'm going to speak to that. I'm going to take a review about what you do. Okay. Follow me on this. You've had on your website, on your Instagram, on your social feeds, you've got a lot of client testimonials. Practice what you preach. And one of the clients, and we'll get into a case study or two possibly here on this call, but they mentioned the team of Chris, the team of what you guys do. They sat down, you got quick response time. So it's great to read the playbook. That's all well and good, but you've got to execute. But you've got a team of leadership, if you and Bill and your team, to take the playbook. You got to have coaches. You talk about the Kaizen, always performance, and we'll talk about the name. But I speak to that because there's more than just reading the playbook here.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I always say that you get what you pay for, and we're definitely not the least expensive. We're probably one of the higher priced reputation services out there, but you get what you pay for, and our team is top notch, full service. We take on the whole experience for our clients. We take it from we help them generate the reviews. We manage the reviews for them, and then we take the reviews and convert them into marketing assets. So it's a full service solution versus a lot of companies out there just selling software.
No, I love it. And I know you do the full gamut of digital marketing and everything else, but really go hard in the paint with reputation marketing. And I see that as your strong positioning statement. One of the things that also intrigued me about is, okay, and I've been doing a lot of research. We're in these challenging times right now. People are looking, they're holding on to their dollars. The R word's coming, it's here. Let's be real. People are small business owners, medium-sized business owners, whatever the case is, restaurants, retail, etc. People are looking for reviews and having that voice of the customer. Well, it's just a powerful concept. But how do you welcome somebody to do a review? There's got to be an art. We know the benefits. Trust builds more business.
Right.
But how do you make it easy for a client to do a review?
So in my opinion, there's two times people will write reviews. When they're really pissed off or they're really blown away. Now, those are, then you have in the middle, which is the biggest part of the market. How do you get the people in the middle? Because you really have to blow someone away and really delight them in order to get them to write a review. Or if they're pissed off, you don't have to motivate them too hard. They're self-motivated. So we are really good at getting the middle, the biggest market segment to leave reviews. And the way we do it is, training. We coach our clients up to have conversations. Conversations are probably the most powerful way. There's 4 other ways that we generate reviews. We've got signage on the location, with the QR codes. We've got review cards that the staff passes out. We got text messages that go out. We got emails. But the most powerful way is that conversation. You have the conversation first, plant the seed, let the person know that it's important to you as an organization that they write the review. But don't put the benefit on the company, because every company, Doug, I think you would agree right now, is asking you for a review. You go to the
right.
You go to the car dealership. Everyone's asking for a review. But most companies are asking for selfish reasons. They want to use those reviews to tout how great they are. We say when you have a conversation, and it's just a little nuance, but it's very powerful. When you ask someone for a review, put the benefit on them. And here's how it works. Hey, Doug, thank you for coming in today. How was everything? Check their temperature. Then you would follow that up with, hey, by the way, we would love some feedback on the experience. So we're going to send you a review request, and please give us some feedback on the experience, because it helps us serve you better. It helps us, serve you in the future better. So we put the benefit on you versus the benefit on the company.
No, I love that approach, because It's 100%. You want the review, but it's feedback to do better.
Yeah, it's
For
feedback
them.
to
It's
do
a
better.
win-win because I get customer loyalty. A repeat customer, I think I'm under the impression that your best sales force is your current customers and
That's right.
clients. So we can get into customer acquisition costs and lowering that and upselling and all that's all well and good. But if you got a good customer base that speaks and sells on your behalf, that's powerful. But I just love how you just said that. Hey, can you do a review? No, it's an approach. It's a conversation, but you got to earn that right. You got to earn that right.
That's right.
It's all positioning.
Yeah, you got to do a good job. You certainly. I'm currently doing business with a company, and they asked me for to do a testimonial for their marketing, but they haven't even asked me yet if I'm happy. I'm less than 30 days in with this company, and they haven't even asked me if I'm happy. But they're asking me to do a marketing video for them. I don't think they would want to do a marketing video yet.
Not in the time, right? Gotta
I mean,
earn it.
they haven't checked my temperature yet. So first, you have to delight the customer. It's so important. I mean, never before in the history of the world has there been more choices available on the planet. You can spend your money anywhere, and if you don't delight a customer, they're going to go spend their money elsewhere. We have a saying, take care of your customers, because if you don't, somebody else will, and that somebody else is your competition. You've got to delight customers today.
No, you got to have that customer satisfaction now, and everything else, and loyalties is paramount. I mean, I hear about customer sat, but a lot of customers may be satisfied, but they're not giving reviews. Okay. Right. And you talk about that area, you got the pissed off customer. So let's go there. Let's go to the dark side a little bit now. Negative reviews. It's easy. You can go to a Yelp or a Google review, and you'll see the trolls out there. They're going to do the negativity. Obviously, you counter that with a management style, and it's timing, right? It's how do you let's talk about the negative reviews. How do you flip it? First of all, you got to earn it. There's a reason for it, probably.
Well, business owners do not like to hear this, but negative reviews can be good for your business. Mm-hmm. And here's why. And I always frame it up this way. You go to a restaurant and, the food's good, but the service sucked, and you don't get asked by the manager. The manager fails to come by at any point during that night and ask you, how was everything? And when they do that, when the manager of the restaurant comes by, that is a review request. It's just a verbal review. But good restaurants always send the manager around and they say, how was everything? Now, if you leave if that manager fails to come by and have that conversation and fails to have that conversation with you, and you leave, what is the likelihood of you coming back?
That's slim to none.
Slim to none. Versus them coming around saying, how was everything? The food was great, but the service was lacking. And then the manager has an opportunity to recover you and say, I'm so sorry. By the way, it's the server's second day on the job. I'm so sorry. Can I bring you a drink? Can I bring you a dessert? Now that manager has an opportunity. And you contrast that with a doctor's office, or where you leave a doctor's office and you're not happy and you're upset and you don't get a review request afterwards. What's the likelihood of you returning? That you're not going to go back to that doctor's
Not
office.
Not at all.
And so, if they send you a review request, at least you have an opportunity to write a bad review, and that they have an opportunity to recover you. Not saying that they will, but they have an opportunity. 7 out of 10 consumers will return to a business if their issues even addressed. Doesn't even have to be taken care of, but even if it's addressed. We met with Bill's brother in Chicago when we were up there, and he's in the restaurant business, and we don't do restaurants. Restaurants, they have Open Table and a lot of other sources, Yelp, to do reviews, but we don't really typically engage restaurants. But I wanted to pick his brain about reviews and about the whole process. And he runs a very high-end restaurant. And I said, what do you think about negative reviews? And he said, Chris, negative reviews are some of my great, some of the negative reviews I've gotten in the past are my best customers now. He goes, it has given me an opportunity to get close to those people. And I thought that was interesting because most business owners absolutely hate negative reviews at all costs. But here's a restaurateur, a serial, restaurateur in his entire life. And he says negative reviews are good for his business. Some of his best customers today, because he's had an opportunity to get closer to them. And I said, well, what about the person who comes into your business? And, we all have those people who will come into your business, and if they're miserable in their life, And when they walk into your business, they're going to spread the misery. They're going to write a bad review. Those are the people we can't make happy.
Yeah, the misery loves company, or people that just don't care about customer experience or satisfaction. Period.
Yeah,
That you can't change the world.
That's right. Yeah, you're never going to change. You're never going to make those people happy. They're just spreading the misery. In those situations, we just say take the high road in the response to those people. You know, hey, so sorry for the less than perfect experience. We'd like to hear more. Contact so and so, you know, at this phone number or email. Just take the high road. They're probably not going to contact you. They're just not happy in their life. And when they come into your business, they're going to write a negative review. Consumers are smart enough to know that these people exist out there, and that they're just not happy people.
Yeah,
So
people can see the trolls and you got a series of 8, 10 5-star ratings, and you got the one guy who's just.
That's right.
But the part that I really loved what you said earlier was recovery, service recovery, whether it's in a medical industry, it could be a roofing company, it could be a restaurant, retail, whatever the case is. If you've got the opportunity to take a negative review, flip it up, service recovery, that's even coming in better than somebody that had, moderate service. They're okay. They're not going to give you a review. They're not going to give you a thumbs up, not going to give you a thumbs down, but they will jump ship if something price comes down to it. So I love that concept of what you're saying with the negativity, but it's about responding efficiently. Yes. And you document that well throughout your blog posts and your website. Speaking of your website and reviews, do you have any top of the mind? Can you give me like a quick case study of anything that you've worked on that you could share with us? Kind of walk me through that. If you're welcome to do that.
Sure. We had an interesting one. We engaged a company that repairs alloy wheels. It's Alloy Wheel Repair Specialists, and they have 124 locations around the country. They do over 100 million a year, but less than 5% of their business was retail. They're the guys. Their primary business, 95% of it, is wholesale. So they're the guys that, you know, when you mess up your rim, either hit a pothole or scrape a curb, and take your car to the car dealership. This is the company in the back that are repairing the wheels. They do it for body shops. They do it for dealerships. They came to us in February of 2020 with the intent of increasing their retail business. They wanted to double it. You know, they wanted to go to 10% of their business, from 5 to 10%. And we sat down with them, and, you know, after meeting with them, we said, hey, we recommend a strategy of social media to really, you know, build your brand, bring awareness to your brand, because most people weren't aware that you can get your wheels repaired by these folks. You are aware that you can go to the car dealership or the body shop and get them fixed, but most people didn't know you could go direct. So social media, reputation, they didn't have any reviews to speak of. They were struggling to get reviews, so we recommended a reputation strategy, local SEO to help them get found in local search results, and then lead gen with pay-per-click search, local search. So we launched them. It was a big account. And then you remember the very next month, in March of 2020, global pandemic hit. And we were like, oh, crap. You know, this is the biggest account we've ever landed. And the very next month, the global pandemic hit. We were like bracing ourselves. And do you know, during that year, they grew. And the CEO of the company went on video. He's on our website and said that we helped them grow 30 to 40% on their retail traffic during 2020. So that we're very proud of that success story. It's a testament to the job that we do during one of the worst possible times to help a business. We help them. You mentioned the R word. You know, if we have a downturn, which it looks like it's coming, companies are going to have to become more competitive. You know, here lately they haven't had to be as competitive. You know, the going's been good for everybody, but if we go into a downturn, it is going to be absolutely essential that a business becomes more competitive online and stands out in local search results. So we recommend our clients have the most reviews, the highest ratings in their local area. And our goal is always to get them in that local pack. When you do a search for a plumber or a car dealer or, you know, HVAC company, allergist, we want our client to appear in that 3-pack. It's called a Google local pack. That's our intent. That's where you want to be. That's going to result in more business.
It's just building that trust in the local environment. That's, you know, it's well documented through your video work and on your website. And I love that case study because you took a client that wasn't leveraging social, didn't have reviews. Then you throw in the pandemic. Okay, we can throw pandemic. We can say the recession. We can say whatever we want to say. Challenging times. Challenging times calls for more marketing efforts. But the first thing you said on that, you sat down with them and you consulted with them first. You just didn't throw a cookie cutter approach. And here you go. Have a nice day. Good luck with that. You sat down, you developed a strategy, and we go back to that cycle management. I did the same thing with Bill. I read through that list. I know it was a little tedious, but you know it by the back of your hand. I love that approach. Earn that right, get the asset, and then market the asset. It's you have to hit each one of those. And with that case, you did everything. Then you threw in a pandemic. But the positive result was on that. I mean, you can go countless reviews because one thing is you got to have social proof out there.
Doug, we recommended when we sat down with them, they said, what would you do if you were us? And I said, well, you're a $100 million a year company. I said, you should have a social media director. And they said, well, we don't have one yet. Can you do it for us? I was actually recommending that they hire a full-time person. Now, as we helped them develop their social media strategy, they took my advice a year later and hired one. So we did lose that part of it, but quite frankly, they should have a social media person full-time pushing social media for them. But we helped them really gain that traction this year. And what was really cool is the person that came in and took over that position continued our strategy because we have a very specific strategy on social media. Most companies make the mistake, in my opinion, of selling on social media. You don't want to sell on social media. The opportunity is to really expand your brand and develop your relationship with your current customers and reach more of their friends and family. We have a 3-2-1 posting strategy. So for every single promotional post, we have 2 educational or informative branding, and then we have 3 entertainment. And guess which ones get the most engagement, the most reach?
Entertainment brand. Yeah.
Every time. And some of our clients didn't agree with that strategy. Some of the healthcare clients, oh no, we don't want to, do away with the entertainment. And we actually did that for one of our clients. His reach was over 100,000 every month, and it dropped down to like 35,000 the month that we eliminated. We said, we'll eliminate the entertainment factor. People don't go to social media to be sold.
No, they don't go to be sold. But what I loved about the beginning of that story is you talked about, well, they didn't have a social media court. They didn't have a department. I mean, what your company does, and it does more than reputation. You're an online, you do everything from pay-per-click, SEO, search engine optimization, the whole 9. You keep it 100 is what I like to say. But you and Bill, you are those fractional CMOs because they could have brought you in to do that. And that's just not, and that's kudos to you guys because you got the skill set, the years and years of experience. And that's what you get. You get what you pay for. Well, you wear a lot of hats. And that's an extra. Whether you go after those opportunities as a fractional CMO in the digital world or not, you have that tool in your arsenal.
That's right. Yep. That's what we tell people. You're getting a fractional CMO when you do business with our company.
And I think it's a testament to what you guys do. And speaking of what you guys do, are there any special projects or anything else that you would like to share with us right now that you're working on?
So we're working on some brand new packages. We're releasing those in the next couple of weeks. And that's really taking like some of the best performing clients that we've had and packaging together the mix of digital services that we've done for those and now offering them as new packages. And that's truly exciting. So we'll be releasing those in the next couple of weeks, brand new digital packages. They combine different elements.
Well, that's exciting stuff. And, one thing about what you guys do, the reputation Sensei and the Kaizen philosophy, you could just speak to that. I love that story.
Yeah. Well, Kaizen, I've always been into personal development, and I was a Tony Robbins fan from early on. I used to drive him around in limousines when he came to Atlanta. I used to swap limo tickets or limo time for seminar tickets. But the whole thing of Kaizen, which is the Japanese philosophy of constant and never-ending improvement, has always appealed to me. We're always striving to get better. We have continuous learning in place for our team. They invest a certain amount of time every single week in learning the latest strategies, because in the digital world, if you're not keeping up on the cutting edge, you get left behind real quick. So we always want our people to be on the cutting edge of the latest innovations and digital strategies that are available.
Well, that's something that you definitely speak to. You've got the podcast. You're doing a lot in the digital space. My passion is obviously leveraging video. And I see a lot of video testimonials, and that's a testament to what you do. You understand the power of video marketing as well as reviews, but you're constantly testing to see what works. But you also know your audience. You're not marketing to everybody.
Right.
You got a set, and that speaks. But you could, but you don't, because you do what you do well. Hey, Chris, is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap this up? I appreciate your time, and I encourage all our viewers out there, if you're watching or listening to this, check out what Reputation Sensei is doing. They are open source because they're givers. They care about small and medium-sized business. I can't say that enough. Great resources, but hire them if there's a fit. I'll let you have the final, second to last word, Chris.
I would say if you don't have a reputation strategy in place now, plug into that. It's very powerful. The most successful companies in the world are leveraging their online reviews to attract more people. And again, you don't need us. We recommend download the playbook, read it, but put a reputation strategy into place. Generate feedback from your customers. Use the feedback to get better at your customer experience, and then transform the happy reviews, the good reviews, into marketing assets and use them to attract more people to your business. That's what we preach. That's what we do. And we love what we do. It's very fulfilling, helping clients win.
I want to thank Chris. Chris, thank you so much for coming on in layman's terms, leveraging the voice of the customer, trusted advisors. Check out what Reputation Sensei is doing, the great work that they're doing. It's a great honor to have opportunity to talk to people that get customer loyalty, customer satisfaction, turning those reviews into revenue, but really touches me is the open source these guys give, and they put out a quality product and service. And I want to thank our audience out there in layman's terms for social watching.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.